So there we go. We still got the Dusk and Dawn champ, even if it's not the Volibear. So what do we think then about overall strength of these compositions? I still really like what FlyQuest have put together. I feel like it's going to be really effective front-to-back team fighting with LYON.
Less significant because the Dragon's on bomb side, but they're camping here to wait for Inspired to come back to...
Oh, but he's actually in some trouble. It was spotted out. Inspired guessed it. And now Griffin, it's not a crab death, but it is still a death around the objective. First blood picked up by LYON.
So it's kind of crab adjacent though,
yeah.
because
as Grajan will block the deadly flourish. So action in 2 lanes, as Kobe will learn how to use the prompter soon.
You're turning against me also? You're backing up this propaganda?
Oh, current call now.
How much did you pay him, Jack?
Berserker lands 1, lands 2, and picks up a 2nd kill for the team.
I mean, this game has turned in LYON's favor.
LYON do have a couple members nearby, but Inspired has 5 seconds on his ultimate. FlyQuest, Dragons at 1500. Should be able to smite it and walk away, but Inspired does have the ult now. Do they go for the Paranoia play? He goes in, has Saint right behind him. Isles roaming up as well. In comes the Azir. They have the damage for the kill, and it's Griffin that goes down. This time Inspired with the kill credit.
Inspired definitely trying to carry on, as he knows what something else is. If you're not contesting this top crab, where else is he going to be? And they found him perfectly.
And also, it's communication there with their bottom lane. You know, it's like, it's not just them collapsing. Inspired is communicating with his teammates. Hey, defend this camp.
Yep.
And they do get it, so.
Active, yeah. We like active junglers right now as Dokla might see some action up top side here. The Sign ult goes in, lands the first knock-up. Will follow up with a decimating smash. Griffin is there for the damage. Needlework comes through. Dokla has the Dominus and will pop it. Heals as he rushes away. Flash to safety, and Dokla does get out of there.
Inspired thinking about a counterplay here.
Low health bars on 2 members. He just jumps past the Scion, straight on the Griffin. Another kill to Inspired. Flash out from Gakkos. And he gets back to the turret, but Inspired just continually punishing Griffin.
Yeah, the other thing is that Nocturne is one of the best, you know, like responding type junglers. Bottom side, they're gonna make their own play again.
Flash on the both. Root follow up on Amasu. Berserker's trying to get that damage in, and in comes the mid laner. Flash over the arrow from Saint. Shuffle on Amasu, but he's under the turret. Gonna be taking up a lot of damage. Masu sets up quad for the shutdown as Berserker's now gonna look at Cryogen in the alcove. We'll pick that one up. 1-for-1 trade in the bot lane.
Almost a perfect play by LYON and Saint there. Use the flash.
Like comic relief, I think, in this game that was needed because it was so one-sided.
I mean, Griffin might be trying again, but I mean, Inspired is
here.
here.
Dude, again, back to back right now. In goes Griffin, pops a needlework. Immediate paranoia response. Inspired is on Griffin like butter on toast. It's gonna be 2 kills picked up by LYON.
He's locked in.
Yeah.
Chad, I'm telling you, this
even
is...
mid lane struggling, guys. That's another roam. Berserker walking up from bottom lane. Saint with the scoop. Quad goes down. 8-1 for LYON.
FlyQuest are the youngest roster in the LCS.
And the Nocturne can counter gank any move Griffin makes.
Yep.
You kind of need to stop making moves. Like, you needed to be patient, but Griffin always seems to want to try and win the game back in the next fight, and it's just sending them further and further behind.
And again, Dragon's coming up in 5 seconds, so this feels like a play that FlyQuest was trying to send it on the top side while they expected LYON to be setting up for this Dragon.
Yeah, which I think is correct. You know, try and play a cross-map play while the enemy takes a Dragon that you know you can't fight.
Saint is sitting on 3,200 gold, so he has enough to buy any item he wants.
He can one shot.
Shadow Flame.
Bad news for you, Jet.
Well, he had enough money for it, so maybe he just... You're at the store, you see something for 3,200 and something for when you have all the money in your pocket.
Why get the budget option, you know?
Get the big one.
It's like you can add something that costs 5% more on your total order once you're spending enough. It's like that's a typical sales trick, you know? Yeah. All right, well, that is a 2nd Dragon now picked up here eventually for LYON. As actually, no, it's going to be Paranoia popped to bot side instead. Inspired in a 1v1 right now, and he likes those odds. He will just slaughter Quad all on his own on a rampage.
See, I bet you that felt good. He said he wouldn't care about killing Quad, but if he's able to solo kill Quad in the side lane, it's got to feel nice.
I like that. I like that assessment right there. I expected them to just go straight to the Dragon, but no, instead they go for the play. Now they'll get the Dragon as Dokla finds Gakkos under turret right now. Just trying to get the damage on him instead of going for the wave. Gakkos has flash available and also has Griffin in his back pocket. Now they just turn back on a Dokla, slices away, dices back in. He still fancies the solo kill. Won't find it. Gakkos is out of there, but maybe they get Griffin. Isles roams all the way up. Pop blasts Blossom stunned onto Griffin, and it's Saint with the kill credit. 0-5 for Griffin. LYON with their 10th kill as a team.
Had very high preseason hype.
Yeah.
Didn't deliver in the first 3 weeks of Swiss, but it's hard to make a full judgment on a team based off of 3 early weeks when everyone's coming in with visa delays, not having that much time practicing together. Now, this 2 weeks that both of these teams have had to kind of train in their time chamber.
Oh, Blabber invades Griffin. This time it was, Griffin actually trying to go invade Inspired and steal, and mess with his camps. But it was kind of similar, and then they continue to attack the jungle, and then there's no leverage there for FlyQuest. So. But Berserker and Isles were really smurfing this game too. Isles had some really good engages. Berserker was absolutely destroying them down there, and there's another one.
Paranoia underneath the turret, onto Quad, trying to all in with the help of Saint. Quad has the stasis. Zonia's popped, and the turret falls, and LYON still get the kill. Turret and kill, credit to LYON.
It's just such a value, pick to steal away Nocturne from an Orianna, because not only do you deny the Nocturne and Orianna on the same team, the synergy for the ball delivery, but it's also one of the best champs at attacking Orianna in the side lane.
Okay, but now Griffin has a window. We just saw Inspired bot side. Does he want to loop around?
How many
it's
times
scary.
have they
Teleport
tried?
coming in. Yeah, this is a lot of effort into this top half, and now Dokla is just finding himself in a 1v1 with Isles behind. Flash out of Gakkos. Pop Blossom should knock him up. Cryogen trying to keep his top laner alive. Not long enough. Griffin jumps in. So does Masu. Flash away. Dokla's on top of him. Double kill to Saint as he'll shuffle away. Quadra kill to Saint. A penta? No, just the quadra kill to the mid laner, but LYON showing up huge in the top lane again.
Quad was already dead, so it couldn't have been a penta, but he killed all 5 of them.
Delayed.
Yeah.
Delayed.
God, man, 15-1, Kobe?
This is not what we expect. Oh, we're just doing it again? We're just doing it on repeat. Shane Paranoia, bot side, welcome back to the Rip Quad. We took that one personally. Ace for Dokla.
And they've got the preset white flags to go up when all opponents are dead.
Reaction too. I thought it was a penta because the quadra kill happened so fast.
And also, there's still the Scion. We see the Scion die, but then there's the zombie. Yeah.
Actually, my favorite part of that fan replay is
his gold difference of 14 was down. This game is way up. I think part of it is that the other jungler was completely removed from the game, and so much of it has been set up by Nocturne.
We got one final Baron set up right now. We're going in for the play. It's Gakkos on the front line. Dokla's buying space for the rest of the team. LYON have taken down the enemy top laner first. Curtain call. Dokla's going to help chase down on the quad. Lots of slows landing. Cryogen will tank up the last one and flash to safety as LYON, the Baron is delayed, but they still did kill Gakkos.
So, if you're the coach for FlyQuest,
think card.
Yes. Or Apollo. How do we... Well, let's take a look at the Baron fight first.
Yeah, it seems like FlyQuest still have more fight left in them. They have ultimates available from support to mid to bot, and now over the wall. Isles looks for the Pop Blossom, will land it onto one. Cryogen falls, Quad goes into stasis. Masu trying his best to get damage down, but Dokla's on top of him. In comes Saint with another shuffle and another multi-kill. That one's a triple. LYON win another team fight.
But it is not just this series. It's also the last 2 series that they played versus Cloud9. Also, it has been like very abusive.
Yeah, it has felt that way. It's interesting because if we look at what the last series did, is they're ending the game right now, but it's a 20,000 gold lead. They drafted themselves more early game agency as the series progressed. And here they picked a lot of scaling. They didn't have much of a fallback pattern once they fell behind other than playing very cautiously, which they couldn't do. So I would imagine the plan would be, okay, we need to really prioritize picking lanes, since when we go for fights, we can't be at a deficit.
And at least to FlyQuest's credit, Gakkos gives his life to try and clear the wave. Cryogen's there to help, so LYON can't end on that push, but this game all feels... Oh my goodness! That was a Q and an auto from Saint onto Griffin, and he almost just dies. Now Inspired goes in. He was at that help when that started. Flies over the wall from Isles. Lands on a 3 with the curtain call on top of it. Double kill to Berserker. LYON don't need a reset. They just needed to refresh their cooldowns. Quad will be aced. LYON will win another fight. It's a slaughter of a game 1 with a 21,000 gold lead. Game 1 to LYON.
A gold lead that is more thousands of gold than the average age of the team. I don't think that's ever happened in the history of League of Legends. What a start.
Wow.
Can you win a whole series in one game, Lounge?
they're not going to die. How about that?
Well, this time they're not going to try and play around a Scion, right? Because that's the opposite of what you want to do when you're playing around a Scion. It just felt like everything else in the map was lost here, at least by the champions.
Over him, though, and so they have clear vision of the Vi, and Inspired takes that time.
Level 5 Malphite gank. I mean, there's a ward in that Pixel Brush, so they see it coming, but it might not be enough. Ultimate is popped, Ragnarok used, but he sees C immune. Is it enough to get the solo kill? No, it's first blood, the Dokla.
Big Dokes. Made a lot of good 2v1 plays for himself on the Renekton up by the top side. Yeah, it was a nice, easy winning matchup with Renekton into Scion, but this time around he had to blind pick the Cassante, and Inspired says, you know what? I'm going to come on up here. You only need a little bit of extra damage.
Yeah.
When your Cassante gets a level 6, nice all in there from Dokla with the all out, and Inspired just add a tiny little bit of extra damage.
Instead, Griffin paths towards the top side. So Kobe, he didn't find that immediate power spike he was looking for. Speaking of power spikes, Mastercard power spike here for Quad in the mid lane. Flash from Cryogen onto Berserker as Chain of Corruption will go wide. Cryogen sidestepping that one, but in comes Isles. Gets the hit into the wall. Actually, Cryogen's able to walk away from that one. Exhausted down, the ultimate trying to keep him alive, but his AD carry's already given up on him. Cryogen will be the sacrifice. Berserker picks up a kill.
And they get the dragon. Oh, man. FlyQuest. It feels like they just can't even really hold on to anything. Maybe topside again. Griffin wants to go over the wall.
Okay, they're not going to wait for the dive. Instead, it's all out from Dokla saying, all right, Griffin's my escape tool here. Griffin's trying to lock him down. Flash from Dokla will get him to safety. In comes Quad with the charm. Lands onto the top laner. Dokla with the third jump was on the get-go. Saints trying to turn the play in a 1v3 now. Can he get anything? That's a teleport up from Berserker. The Varus has now shown up for the play, and in comes Inspired. Big ultimate knockups as Saint will get another kill. Lion yet again win a team fight.
Even when FlyQuest get one kill.
And it's now a 2.2k gold lead for Lion, rather, and a lot of that being on this bottom side. Berserker with that TP up top side. Lion have their support in some trouble. Their Quad was in the lane, and he had multiple members around him. That is a pick for FlyQuest. Much needed gold into the mid laner's pocket.
Really nice pick there by FlyQuest, trying to keep the action up a little bit, but that time, as you notice,
Inspired is almost done with it. So Rift here over to Lion, going to result in some more turret plate money for them, kind of guaranteed as well.
Lion want to start that one up as Griffin's on the top half of the map right now. That was a proxy farm from Dokla, and in comes Griffin, uses the ultimate. Dokla has the all-out, trying to get out of there, uses the step instead, as Gakkos with the slow to follow him up. Everyone's onto Dokla, Lion are onto the dragon, flash over the wall, Gakkos flash follows, and the wait from Griffin to get Dokla after the all-out. Well played to get the kill up there, traded for the objective.
That one works well. They were not going to retake River safely.
From Inspired's level 5 Malphite gank, but now Gakkos with this hopefully can get back into this game because Olaf is a big part of the comp, and they're just going to repeat the play again. No ultimate on the Cassante. This time an exhaust goes out with the support to lock down the Cassante. The ultimate from Olaf will just keep up as long as he's autoing. Dokla has no escape, and Gakkos gets his second kill.
Eat him up. Here we go. The snowball begins for FlyQuest. Gakkos also should be able to get this turret. Back away, Cryogen. Don't you dare steal any money.
I mean, this last sequence is huge. Yeah. It was a slight goal deficit for Gakkos into now.
And stay at a fairly healthy range away from the Malphite while still being able to get something done himself.
And Malphite, the targets he's looking at, it's a CC immune Olaf, and it's 2 carries that have mobility, the Ahri ultimate, the Ezreal jump. So it's not even going to be easy for Inspired to be like, okay, well, Gakkos is going somewhere else, I'll just jump on them as the Herald. Okay, well, we slammed into the wall. Push back members from Lion as the dragon is not getting bursted down. Inspired has found his way into the pit, and health bars are low and fly.
Lion are poking them out pretty effectively here. They're actually winning the poke wars hard. Dokla zoning the Ahri.
Now the engage in onto the carry. It's Matsu as the target. Say gets him. Matsu's out of there. Now can FlyQuest deal with the rest? It's on to Quad. He's pushed away from the rest of the team in the pit. FlyQuest are winning it as it's Gakkos on the Olaf. Gets the first kill. Can he find more? No. Dokla holds holds the line. Same with the damage. Berserker untouched, and LYON crush the fight at Dragon with a double kill to Saint to end it.
LYON just playing very well in team fights in both game 1 and 2. The beginning of this fight, getting that last execute onto Masu from Saint.
Guys, I'm starting to think Inspired's pretty good at League of Legends. I don't know, man.
And Saint is about to get a death cap. Let's look at this bottom tower, though, because the tower is dead, so not much Dokla can do about it. There's an Olaf in your face.
Saint is coming from the bottom, tier 2, so if Dokla keeps Gakkos here, it seems like FlyQuest are trying to slow the game down a little bit, not contesting this next Dragon. It is only the third one, as Griffin looked for the Vault Breaker onto Isles, but he steps back. I mean, maybe they look for a pick out of Dokla. Really tough to kill this Cassandra. He will walk in and give them a window, though, as he's charmed up. CC chain stunned as well. He just cannot move. But Isles is behind him, and they have to invest so much to kill this Cassandra, and he's still alive. The all-out out of Griffin pulls him back to the team. Now the rest of LYON are here. Isles will be the sacrifice instead, as Inspired only lands one with the ultimate. He might just get choked down, but Saint's over the wall. Saint found the flank on the Aurora, as Gakkos this time can finally free fire, will kill the top laner. FlyQuest trying to get members out. It's a 2-for-1 trade so far for FlyQuest. How bad does LYON want to keep this going? The lethality Varus lands 1 Q on a Cryogen. I guess that's a win for FlyQuest, trading up 2-for-1.
Their Olaf is strong. They can fight around him if they can set it up.
But they just don't have control of this space, so it's likely they get engaged on first and then have to try and counter.
There's Inspired. Anytime you're walking into the Malphite, it can be scary. Griffin just flash engages here onto the backline, looks for Saint, gets knocked away with the Keeper's Verdict as Berserker's trying to hold back Quad, but in the pit goes the top laner. Watch for Gakkos. The Olaf's trying to free fire onto Dokla, but that's the only member he's hitting, and now he's about to go down. Inspired picks up the kill. The Olaf has fallen. All the gold for FlyQuest, and now it's reliant on Quad and Masu to find some carry here. Big poke from Masu, knock back on the Quad, but no follow-up for the kill, but Saint got Masu dominating as he kills the Ezreal. FlyQuest have to back away and give the Dragon LYON win the fight.
Great flash combo from Saint. Saint is playing so much better, especially this game.
Tough position for FlyQuest. The Baron is the next objective. There's no chance FlyQuest can get in there. Isles is holding the line against Griffin. So instead they'll just go for the kill onto Isles, take out the Poppy, and now the Baron's low. Oh, there was actually a small window there. Maybe magic could have happened, but no, it is Baron secured for LYON.
All right, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, Saint sees it. Oh, big chunk on the Masu. One weird knee.
But you kind of have to do some stuff like that, right?
Try something.
They still don't see Griffin. Okay, now they should see him coming up here. So instead, they just full send it on Masu. 80 carries down, teleports in from the rest of FlyQuest, and now Griffin, the long con, not paying off so far, but he does get onto Berserker. Flashback from the Varus. Now Gakkos can free fire onto him. Can he finally kill the carry? He's still alive for now. CC immune, but again, not damage immune. Inspired will get that one as LYON are crushing everybody on FlyQuest. A double kill to Inspired. As he flashes the wall for the follow-up, they'll crush the team fight. It seems like this is the push. They have the Baron empowered wave. It's only an Ahri left alive with no ultimate. Has Flash and the Zhonya's. So maybe Quad finds some miracle right now, but everyone's still full health bars. Uses the stasis on Inspired's second ultimate in the fight. Flashes back to safety. No chance of survival. FlyQuest taken down again. LYON, the team that we were promised, is showing its fangs today. 2-0 in the series.
One more game from the sweep to eliminate FlyQuest from LCS lock-in, Kobe.
And at the very end, a little kiss from Inspired. He flashes the FlyQuest logo versus his old team. One more game, Lounge. Who is going to take it?
This is one of those picks, though, that you have to have patience with. You need to wait for Sona to get gold. But as far as this season,
I'm hearing the Birdio chants. The audience is chanting Birdio right now. I don't know if the mics are picking it up.
And looks like they're both heading towards the bottom half. I mean, Inspired does have his Raptors starting sooner, but we're going to all fight for it.
Yeah, Inspired also has Isles in his back pocket. Griffin's going to walk into the Raptors. Isles is still in the other brush. Griffin in a numbers disadvantage. Is it going to happen again? Can't even trade the kill. First blood to Inspired.
How?
Fool me once, chat.
Quad's going to go down too. That's a double kill.
7 times?
Double kill to Inspired.
Every game, but this is the craziest one to me because neither jungler does Crab.
Can enemy support also be here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And enemy support can also be there and is there. And, you know, it was close. Yeah, Isles had to flash over the red wall, but anyways, get back to the game.
Interesting how Rainover said they're going to try something strong like Sonolution. I think that's more because so they have range. Because typically, I also think that Sona has incredible scaling. So,
yeah.
Pretty big fan of the lane so far.
Ooh, they throw out the ultimate, answered by Isles. Big damage onto the Nami. They don't have the wave behind it. Griffin is coming around from the flank. Looking at Isles, flashes in, and will pick up the kill secure.
Nice. They play very heavily to bottom side, force this one through.
Just jumps over the wall and is out of there.
He got there just in time to get all the gold from the baby Krugs, though, so not bad.
Oh, Masu could be in some trouble, though. Phosphorus bomb plus the rockets. Berserker's going in. It's Isles with the kill, but Masu taken down. Yeah, ooh, as Krajan looks for the encore right there. Saint will flash and ghost, so 2 summoner spells used defensively.
Yeah, good and necessary flash from Saint to live here. Inspired goes on the invade.
I mean, we see that the Sona is still behind him, so this is really bold from Inspired. Can he get the solo kill onto Griffin, though? The damage is crazy! Inspired will have the backup of Saint for the 1-for-1, but now FlyQuest with the 2v1. Isles coming in, empowers Saint to walk forward. Throws out the Unraveled Earth, the Seismic Trap sidestep, but the threat of volley should be enough. Cryogen just auto to death by Saint. LYON win the scrap at the Raptors.
Back to Dragon for Griffin, though. This would be number 2 for FlyQuest. The objectives have been flowing in.
He has no Crescent Guard available, so if he gets piled on top of, he could be in some trouble, but LYON are not in a position to do so. Griffin has the squad behind him.
And it's Gatkos, actually, who was no teleport, but was in fog.
Yes, it can give you some of that range and health trades in the early game. It still does scale very well, so LYON have multiple members topside. Gatkos could be in some trouble here. Doko taking up a lot of turret shots to set up his team for the damage. Berserker will get the kill. Actually, it's Inspired with the credit, and nobody falls on LYON's side. Proves his point, gets some big chunk onto Griffin. As, yeah, let's see what happens with these turrets. It looks like Masu's going to get the first turret. Yeah, there we go.
It's an extra big bonus here.
Nice bonus for FlyQuest completely in this game. So unlike the first game that really felt like it got out of control after the, you know,
all right, well, let's take a look here at the big possibilities. Inspired has level 11 and Flash ready. So rank 2 on his ulti, and we're starting the fight. Griffin takes the Hex Gate in.
Has the Crescent Guard, trying to keep himself healthy, but Inspired's over the wall. Petrifying Gaze lands this time. Big chunk onto Inspired. In comes the Galio ultimate. Quad was able to kite back with Griffin in tow. In comes the Nami ultimate. Will only knock up onto Griffin. Double taunt from Dokla, but the team has already left him. Dokla falls. FlyQuest get a kill.
Quad played that really well, getting the initial stun.
Gatkos also on display, and FlyQuest able to keep the gold lead within reach while having the stacking dragon.
TP'd on by Dokla, though, in a 1v2, as his enemy is also getting the objective. So Herald and a potential pick here. Quad has Petrifying Gaze. Might have to hold it if you can get some big damage on this. It walks back into the seismic shove that was in the brush. LYON pick up another kill, this time to Saint.
Just a nice TP there by Dokla, having the timer. Quad, 2 items on Masu and Berserker.
We're seeing it from LYON's vision right now. They have a flanking ward if they want to TP in for it, but everybody's already here. It's going to be a 5v5 potential at the Dragon. Weaver's Wall to cut off Gatkos and Cryogen. 3 members of Fly now in the Dragon Pit. We're going to ride in the Herald for the engage. Get on top of Quad. Inspired can get the kill. It's Berserker with the credit. Griffin, Crescent Guard to try and stay alive. Has the back of the team. Masu's free firing onto the jungler, but it's not enough damage. He gets taunted up by Dokla. Inspired still alive. Just cannot die. As finally he will go down, but LYON still running away with the team fight. Dragon secured for FlyQuest, but they will get aced here. Bubble sidestep by Cryogen, but you can't dodge all the damage. Saint will pick it up. An ace for LYON.
More objectives for FlyQuest and gold for LYON. Berserker also going to be able to farm up the plate, going to be able to take...
Yep, like this Baron Force with their item power spikes, knowing they chunked out Griffin, knowing there's no advantage. This could be the fight they need before Drake.
Turn in onto Masu, flash away, but they got onto Quad. The Cassiopeia is taken out before the fight even begins, as Masu's in some trouble as well. Both the carries are down. LYON with 2 quick picks as they use the Baron as a magnet to pull FlyQuest in. going to turn back under the purple worm.
Yeah, great instant turn there. You can tell the call already. I mean, if we get the comms listening, you know they're looking at it from the very beginning.
Both his mid and AD are deathless this game, and they're fighting on all the right timers.
Back to the Dragon Soul fight right now as FlyQuest have one last opportunity to get back into this game. That's a flash from Quad away from the Unraveled Earth. Watch for Inspired on the flank. He's spotted by Gakkos. He's trying to get in. Has the Galio coming in on top. They knock up the Rumble. Griffin's locked down as well. Everybody turning in on Masu as he got separated from the rest of the team. The Encore to buy some space. The Equalizer goes down. FlyQuest might just be turning this one around. Masu will go down. Big damage from Berserker as the Rockets are shredding them. Saint with the flick back. Griffin goes down. Saint is godlike. Gakkos will try and trade it back at Inspired. Will get the shutdown, but a consolation prize. Double kill to Berserker and a double kill to Saint. LYON ace the team fight.
And that's going to be the Dragon Soul as well for your reward.
To me, found the same page that they weren't on in the first 3 weeks, and they're looking, I mean, yes, it's just one series, but they're looking like a contender to win lock-in based off what we're seeing.
Well, with LYON looking better, with Team Liquid looking better, lock-in's looking spicy.
Yeah. We still have one more series tomorrow to happen with C9 versus Sentinels to see if Sentinels can keep their name in the conversation. We're talking about the future because this game looks wrapped. I mean, it's a 10K gold lead.
Do you know in this series, Saint right now has 28 kills and 1 death?
Yeah, I was going to say, last game I'm pretty sure he was deathless, right?
Game 1 where he flew under the turret.
That was the only kill that FlyQuest got game 1. They're looking for another one right now, but the Weaver's wall blocking off the escape path. Masu throwing out the Coley, trying to get some range damage, but a teleport flank from Dopla gets onto the carry. In goes Inspired as well. The clean up from LYON. A clean
GG.
0 for 5 ace. They don't even need the Baron. They just needed that one last team fight to close this one out. A wave is waiting for them to push in the mid wave.
They have absolutely dominated. They have changed the narrative about LYON in lock-in. They have destroyed FlyQuest.
LYON on the same page, and they just demolished them 3-0.
We are seeing the Fangs. LYON take the series 3-0.
Okay, I mean, it seems like business as usual, much different than they were looking after their struggles and loss to DSG. Spam chat for who your player of the game is.